Hello and welcome to this week's travel show with John Guinn on ukhealthradio.com. No, I haven't got a new voice. I've got a bit of man flu, so apologies for that. Hopefully it won't distract you too much from the information that's going to be on this week's show. Last week I said I've been taken away on a surprise last minute trip to celebrate my 50th birthday, and I said I would talk about it on this show, so here we go. Popped down to London for a couple of days. As I've said many times on the show, I'm a vegan, so we did a lot of vegan eating over the 2 days we were down there. Two of the highlights for me anyway. The first one, I went to see The Mousetrap, that long-running theatre show. I thoroughly enjoyed it. My wife was bored, but I really enjoyed it. So if you're into classic black and white movies and the acting style of that era, then do, if you haven't already seen it, go and see The Mousetrap. And we've all been made to, pinky swears not to share not to spoil the whodunit, so get down and see that. And then also the second highlight, which is really the main highlight, it was high tea at the Ritz. Now my wife said I didn't need a tie, so I didn't wear one, but you do need a tie, and you can hire a tie from the cloakroom. So I picked up this really awful pink tie to wear, and I sat down for a high tea. And as a vegan, we sometimes when we go on to eat where I say normal people eat, we feel like we're losing out. We're paying the same amount of money, but there's something missing with the experience because we're vegans, but not this time. The cakes were excellent, the sandwiches were excellent, service was great. So if you do get a chance and you've got a few quid in your back pocket, do book afternoon high tea at the Ritz. It's well worth it. But anyway, enough about my 50th. I'm not going to mention about being 50 anymore. This week's show, later on we'll be finding out about Central and South America when I replay my interview with Mercador Travel. But before that, Trainline had done some research about technology and holidays, and once again we're having Jill Starley-Grainger on the show to talk about it. So let's find out what Trainline's been up to.
So Trainline looked into how much people are using their phones now to book, plan, and research holidays, and they found that more than 50% of Brits are now using their phone for those purposes. So whether it's going on to just have a look round or to actually book tickets and that sort of thing, we're all using our phones a lot more.
With the increased use of the phones, does that mean we're now looking for things like the hotel must have a pool, must be beachfront, must have Wi-Fi? Does that come into it?
Yes, that does. I think they found that a significant number of people, like 35%, won't book transport or accommodation that doesn't meet their tech needs. And for most of us, that basically means if it doesn't have Wi-Fi, I'm not staying there. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I am a tech junkie, but I will not stay anywhere that doesn't have Wi-Fi. I know there's this big trend for digital detox and getting away from our phones. But when I don't have my phone, I'm just like, I don't know how to get around because my phone has all my maps on it. If I want to look up restaurants and that sort of thing, I'm just so used to using my phone for everything, particularly when I'm on the road, that I've got to have Wi-Fi. So I can understand why everybody feels that way now.
Yeah, I did a tech detox, not deliberately. I was in an animal sanctuary for 2 weeks and I had no Wi-Fi in it, and it was quite stressful. I didn't know what was going on in the world. So, yeah, I need to have Wi-Fi with me. I need to have it. I need to know what's going on.
Yeah, and also there's this fear, isn't there, that if you don't have access to, at a minimum, your basic sort of 3G, that if there's an emergency, nobody can contact you, that, somebody might just need to send you the work email. Now, I know the work email thing is bad, but occasionally you kind of feel like, oh, if it's going to cause all sorts of problems, it would be better if you could just quickly reply. But yeah, maybe I am a bit of a tech junkie, but I do completely understand why people do have to have Wi-Fi to at least check in once a day, just to, see what's happening. And of course, I use mine a lot for actually when I'm on the road. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'll go onto Twitter, or I'll Facebook my friends and say, right, I'm in such and such a place. Can you recommend anywhere good to eat? What are your favorite things to do here? Do you ever do that?
I do, yeah. So social media does play an important role in people's travel as well then.
Yes, for sure. So that it's a huge part of why people want to be on. And I think a lot of people would find that surprising because people who aren't on social media think it's just annoying. Mm-hmm. But in the survey by Trainline, they found that 16% of us update our social media pages on a daily basis when we're on holiday, with most of us with a significant percentage of us spending about 3 hours just taking photos to upload to our social media accounts, whether that's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, whatever it might be. And we're taking those photos, and you might not always be uploading them live, but I feel like now when I take photos, I am thinking, oh, is this going to be suitable for Instagram? In which case I'm going to make sure it's a portrait, it's upright photo, because landscape photos, those that are horizontal, don't work as well on Instagram because of its format. So I do think that's a serious issue.
Yeah, I was guilty of that last week when I was away. I'm a vegan, and I was travelling around London eating at different vegan places, and every time I had a meal, up went the pictures of what I was having. It was must have wound up everybody, but I know what you mean. You take a picture, you post it. Look what I'm doing, everybody.
Yeah. Well, not only that, other people might find it annoying, but then some people enjoy it. So it's sort of like a lot of things, Some people might want a restaurant to be really, really quiet, and other people find that kind of stressful, while other people like a hive of activity around them, and they enjoy that. So, to each their own. I just say, if somebody wants to take a photo of their food and post it, it's not bothering you, is it? So just let them get on with it.
Yeah, there was a few pictures of burgers, and I had high tea at the Ritz as well. It was really good. Anyway, I'm digressing.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So we said that people are important, smartphones and Wi-Fi is important and for social media, but do people carry their travel documents with their phone, or do they still carry paper?
Yeah, no, that's a big thing. And thank goodness apps now, a lot more apps are allowing you to have your tickets and all of your reservations in your phone, so that you don't have to deal with all the paperwork. You know how easy it is to lose a bit of paper, and you get there at the airport and you're shuffling through all this stuff. Oh, where's my boarding pass? But of course you now have to print your boarding pass, because otherwise they're going to charge you for it. However, thankfully, a lot of people, if you have the right phone, you can just download it to your phone. That's Apple phones, Android phones, pretty much all the smartphones allow you to download your boarding passes, your tickets, all that sort of thing, so that you don't have to faff about with all that paper. And so that means you can just whiz through without having to do all these massive queues behind people. You just got it there on your phone. Go straight through the ticket barrier or wherever it is. Yeah, it's great. There's another app I like for that. Have you heard of Travefy?
I haven't, no.
Okay, Travefy, which is Travefy. It's a free app. Now, it doesn't allow you to download your tickets per se, so you can't get your boarding passes on it. But what you do is you forward to an email, or you upload yourself all of your booking details just to this one place, and it organizes it for you. So, you might one day book your hotel for the first 2 nights of the trip. You might then book your hotel for the last 3 nights of the trip. And, you do it at separate times, and it's all a mess in your email. As long as you upload it to Travefy, every in your group can see it easily, all in one neat little app or website. You just have a login. You give the trip a name. So let's say, I don't know, you're going to San Francisco or whatever. You could put all of your details in there, and everybody on the trip can see who's doing what, where, and when. So it's really useful for that. So I would highly recommend it, and it's free. So there you go.
My favourite price.
Yeah, me too.
You're listening to The Travel Show with John Guinn on ukhealthradio.com.
We said at the very beginning that Trainline were doing the investigation. Who are Trainline, and how can they help bring clarity to travellers?
Right, so Trainline is an online and an on-your-phone train ticket booking site. And what you can do is you can book train tickets in the UK, in Europe. I think they even have some big global ones. So if you want to book your, ticket from, Edinburgh all the way to Rome, you can basically do that using the Trainline app, or you could just book it from, kind of Norwich to Cambridge or whatever. So it's both. I think we mostly know it for UK travel, but actually it is international, and it does, loads of European train companies. It does all of the major UK train companies and the vast majority of the European ones as well. So you can just go in your app. So let's say you're popping out for your break, it's sunny outside, and you think you want to book your holiday. you can just open the app and see what, what's available, what prices there are, et cetera, and then download your tickets. And if the station has capability and the train company has the capability, then you can use the ticketing function as well. So you don't actually ever even have to queue up to wait for your tickets, which is just brilliant.
I should have used that last week. I got to the top of the tube and escalator, and one of my tickets flew down the escalator all the way down. If I had it on my phone, that would have saved me a lot of less hassle. But never mind.
That's a disaster. And then did you have to buy another ticket?
No, luckily it was the one I'd already used. But my heart did go in my mouth at the time. For, no, that's my ticket home gone. But no, it wasn't.
That's the problem. And then, of course, then you've got the fear of if you lose your phone. But the thing is, you pretty much always have your phone with you. It's all those bits of paper that you tend to lose. I know that when the ticket inspector comes on the train, I'm always like, oh my gosh, where's my ticket? Because you faff about, you try to put it in a logical place. And then for some reason, when the ticket inspector comes, you can't remember where that logical place is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, much easier on the phone. So how can we find out more about Trainline?
You can go if you want information about this research, click on the blog at trainline.com. So and at trainline.com, it can obviously tell you all you need to know, and you can download their app for free.
Okay, great. Well, thanks, Jill. Thanks for your time.
Yeah, great. Thanks.
The apps that Jill mentioned will be posted at facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show. If you've got any apps that you like to use when you're sorting out your travel arrangements, you can also share those at the same site, facebook.com/John Guinn Travel Show.
What about my phone call? I want to call my family.
Too late now.
Please, please, please.
Step through now, please.
Oh, no.
Too late now.
Here's the goods. You take them in false bottom bag, you strap them to your body, it's up to you.
Look, I've changed my mind. I want out.
Too late now.
So, you're offering me a free holiday?
Yeah,
I just have to bring back something for a friend of yours.
that's right. You get some serious cash.
Right.
Well,
Not too late. Don't get talked into trafficking drugs. Once you're in, the British government can't get you out. Don't throw your life away.
You can follow me on Twitter at holiday_hut. My guest is David Gilmore. He's on to talk about visiting Central and South America. And after all the talking I did on the last show, I felt there'd be better